Alright, I believe that is set. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Yesterday we ran an Aeromexico flight, Flight 332, into Puerto Vallarta. And today we're going to run Flight 333 from Aeromexico back into Mexico City. Another night flight. Hopefully we'll have a nice view on the way in. On the way out, Mexico City looked beautiful, all lit up. So hopefully we'll have a nice view on the way in. This flight just finished in the real world not that long ago, so I grabbed all the info from there. And I have all the data set up in the load data sheet that you have there on the right hand side. We'll be using runway 22 on the way out, and they're using 5 right on the way in, so we really should have a great view. So aircraft's cold and dark. I just got in here, just cranked this up after finishing up the paperwork. So let's get going. DC battery selected. Too bad. DC battery switch on, guarded. Standby power is auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off, guarded. Fuel pump switches are off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2-on-1 are off. Landing gear is down. We've got 3 green in the aft overhead. And weather radar is set to test. The master caution reset. Fault in up. And overheat fire. Ground power is available. Let's confirm we have ground power. And let's get set for unconditioned air. Okay, galley power is on. IRS selectors to nav. Emergency exit lights are on. Let's just cycle that trim air switch. It's looking good. Let's enter our position. Oh, you know what? Let me bring up that CDU for you so you can see that. If I get my fat finger in there. There we go. Oh, hey Jackson, how's it going? I'm not surprised you're the first one here. Usually the first one here all the time. How's it going? I hope you're doing good, my friend. Alright, let's put our position in here. So we're at MMPR. And we'll put that in for the airport reference. We'll go to page 2 and we'll grab our left GPS. And if you take a look at the numbers that are in the scratch pad, they match that of the database that's in MMPR. So we're looking pretty good there. Alright, let's see. Our flaps are up, and they're showing up. Let's get our lights steady, logo, and our brakes are already set. That should take care of the originator flight. Let me just run through that real quick. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I am a little rusty. Alright, dispatch load sheet we have DC voltmeter selected to bat is where it is. Battery selectors on guarded. Yep, standby power, alternate flaps. Fuel pumps are off. Wipers, hydraulic pumps. Landing gear, weather radar. Fire warning, ground. AC bleeds, electrical power. Yep. IRS selectors, emergency exit lights. That's CDU, flaps, parking brake, and exterior lights. That didn't miss anything there, I don't believe. Always the first one. Oh. Alright, let's keep going. I don't know if you can see this far up, but I'm up on the aft overhead. We'll check the leading edge devices. They're good. Service interphone is off. Our engine reverses are extinguished. EEC switches are on guarded. Crew oxygen is 12,000. Passenger oxygen is normal guarded. Flight recorder, we'll check that. Mach speed warning 1 and 2. Probably too early for stall warning. We'll come back for that. We have 3 green on the landing gear, and PSEU is out. We'll check the oxygen flow. My fat finger in there. That's good, and we'll do a lights test. Making sure we don't have any burnt out bulbs. We won't know a door's open if we got a bulb burnt out, right? And we're looking pretty good so far. Hope we don't have any burnt out bulbs. I'm maintenance. We're looking good. Alright, let's continue with the forward overhead. Flight controls A and B are on guarded, all net flaps off guarded. Spoilers A and B are on guarded, your damper is on. VHF, nav is normal, IRS normal, FMC is normal, source director is auto, control panel set to normal, fuel temperature is fine, crossfeed check. Fuel pump switches are off. We are good here. AC/DC panel is set. Equipment cooling is set to normal. Emergency lights are on. No smoke and seat belt signs on. Window heat switches are on. And let's run that test. TAT test. Well, that should go out, not the whole deck, but... Alright, wing any ice, engine any ice off. That is fine. And hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. We've got 3 doors open. Test, test, test on the flight data recorder. And the pressurization panel's looking good. We don't have any erroneous numbers here sitting at the gate. Temperature is fine. And we are looking good here. Let's master caution. Let's clear that out. And test. Wing body and AC master caution. Very good. And auto open. We're set for unconditioned there, so that's looking good. Today's flight is 35,000, and that is set. And lights are good, and first flight of our day. That looks pretty good. Alright, ATIS. Let's tune in ATIS. Let's get you the charts first, and then I'll get them if I get my fat fingers in here. Here we go. $127.50. No ATIS. Let's see if clearance is here. Alright, let's try that one more time. In the meantime, let's go and have a look and request it. I hope you're getting this. MMPR. Oops. PR. Let's send that. No data. Interesting. That is interesting. Let me check something here. Let's check the nearest facilities here. I know that's right, but nearest facility, let's see. ATIS, yeah, 127.5. That's what we're at. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna have to use the paperwork. I'll use the low data sheet. Alright, ATIS, clearance. Alright, let's tune in clearance. Let's say we have ATIS, we got clearance now. And then we're going to program the flight management computer. So let's bring up, for you,
Alaska 283, Year 2 Liberia.
Let's bring up the low data sheet. And bring that up for me. Now hopefully yours is going to move like mine's moving.
Okay, clear to
And let's have a look-see.
Lima.
Alright, so the model is right, the rating engine is correct, it's active, the date's good, we are looking good. MMPR, that's already in, route, okay, we'll put you in, we're going to MMMX, and AMX, 0333, there's the flight number. And we'll put in our departure is 22, and we have 1D, correct? 1D, that is correct. And on the arrival, we're coming into 5 right is what they're using in the real world. And we're going to match that. And we're going to see if we can match their time or come close to it. Spinoza 2A. Okay, and let's go to the route. Let's have a look-see. And we'll put in all the data in between. I could put this in with just loading up a file, but then you wouldn't be able to follow along for those that are wondering how this gets done. So I'll take a little bit longer putting it in instead of just hitting the, load. Okay, so we've got 557, 558, 555, Violet. And then we're putting in the rest. ATOXO.
We're cleared to Orlando, your runway 25,
EMIRR.
Bravo 767, that's filed 180.
Right.
4631, I believe 120.5.
IG.
That is correct, JetBlue 1696, report ready to engine start and push button.
VES, I believe. Yes. And that's 1948, and it's you. And alright, BAX. Oops. AX, right? Yes. AX. ESPOS. Are we up to that yet? ESPOS. There you go. That's up next. And we'll continue from there. 770, 72, 74, 76. You are NOC. 41. Volume. And from there we're in. And then we have the hold. And then we'll run through that and check it. Alright. I'll go back to that in a second. The checklist, actually a lot of that you see going on here, running through this, that's all a flow. That's stuff that the pilots memorize. The checklist items are actually pretty short. This is a combination of both. You see, there's a lot of stuff on here. I mean, this is everything from the Boeing manual in a normal setup, if you don't have any, failures. But this is an entire flow. A checklist would be just like a small section of each one of these particular, items. So a lot of that gets memorized. And once you start doing it over and over and over again, and you're reaching for stuff, it basically becomes muscle memory. And it gets easier and easier as time goes on. Alright, so that's in. Let's take a look at our... Let me bring that up for you first. Let's bring up you. Let's bring up Navigraph. Let's bring that up for me. MMPR SID. And on the way out, I said we had a Violet 1D. So if we take a look here, and we'll go back to page 1, 557, 200, or below, and above 3,000. That's set. At 558, we need to be at a max of 200, which we are or below. Above 8, that's good. At 555, we need to be above 12.5. Wow, I can hear my voice going already. And at Violet, we need to be above 20. And that's it for the departure. Let's take a look at the arrival on the back end. And on the arrival, we had Espo, right? Espo 2A, I believe it was.
Roger.
And we're coming in from the bottom. Let's shoot to Espo, here we go. Alright, between 26 and 29, that is good. And 770, below 210, good. And we have 230, and below 18, it's 772. That is looking good. And 776, we need to be at 18. Very good. At Uranoc is going to be 14 at 210. And 12.5 at 741. And then 190 at 11. And from there, we're going to pick up the approach into 05 right. And if we take a look at 05 right real quick, that's going to pick up right from here. And we'll continue on in. So that looks pretty good as far as the restrictions are concerned. Let's run through that real quick. Back to page 1. And let's have a look here. Make sure there's no discons or anything that's unexpected.
Roger, nothing.
That looks pretty good. And then from here we have the hold.
Go ahead for Delta 1972.
Here to Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray runway 7 via
Alright, that looks good.
uniform transition, uniform
And you can come up.
to join Opera Alpha 5.
Alright, let's
Alpha at file.
oh, hey Jet Screamer, how's it going? Thanks, I appreciate it. I've had it 9 years now and she's still going pretty strong.
Okay, cleared the LAX runway 7 and non-mode 3.
Well, I've been in here 9 years with the flight deck, Jackson, so, and believe me, I forget stuff rather quick. You become rusty real fast. Even after me doing it all this time. I'll come in here every now and then after I've been like working on night lighting. I'll come in here and go like, or I'll miss something. So I've done that. Although, granted, there are times that I do get interrupted from my wife. And in reality, 2 people are actually doing this, not just one. So, but yeah, it gets drilled into your head after you start doing this over and over and over again. All right, let's take a look at our fuel, and we'll get that put into the aircraft next. So you're going to need, you're going to need the load data sheet first. And I'm going to need that as well to look at these numbers. Let me grab this pen because my memory's shot. I won't remember it by the time I get into the other. Alright, so block fuel is 145.05. And let's take a look at our payload. And our payload is 32.2. Alright, so now let's bring up Zibo Mod. And I have to do this from down here, so this may take me a little time to come back and forth because I can't do it from the same monitor for some reason. Sometimes the slower one gives me a problem going back and forth. Hopefully it won't, and I can get right through this. Alright, weight, fuel, and balance. Hopefully yours is going to follow along. Good. And we're going to put in our fuel. Fuel was 145.05. We'll put that in. And we said that our payload was 32.2. And we'll put that in there. We'll come back. We got our CG. We got a CG of 27.6. And once these numbers get fully adjusted, if we come back and take a look at our load data sheet, come take a look at mine as well. We'll come back up to the top. We should have a match. If we take a look at the estimated zero fuel weight, we have 127.203. And if we take a look at the Zibo Mod, we have a zero fuel weight of 127.243. And the 40 pounds that you see there is more than likely the fuel we're going to burn on taxi out. So that's a match. So we're looking pretty good here. So now we can set up the CDU. And yeah, that could stay for now. So we'll put in zero fuel weight 127.2. Our reserve, let's take a look at our final reserve here, is going to be 2.3. Our cost index this ride is 18. The plan for this run is 14.2. And let's take a look at our cruise winds here. Oh, we have, what's our cruise today? I said 35,000? We're at 35,000, I believe. I said, yeah, 350. All right, so we're at 350. Let's get that in. Let's check our cruise winds. And, okay, here we have top of climb, 270 at 32. We'll get that in there, and we'll also get in, that's going to be 9. And we'll get that in there. Yeah, okay, we'll look at that. And that looks good. And we said 27.6, that's going to be 5. And we do have a slope on this runway. Let's see, let's get the winds as well. At 9. And I don't know if this uses D or minus or U or up. I think it uses D. It's either this or MS 2020, and I'm not sure which is which. And it's going to be 0.1. And it's going to be 219. Okay, it uses D. MS 2020, I think, uses minus and plus. All right, let's take a look at our descent. And we're at 35, so we'll put in 20, 15, and 10. And since we're down here, 30, 15, and the average ISA, 30, 15. Okay. And 20,000, we've got 227 at 7. At 15, we've got 232 at 11. And at 10, we've got 222 at 10. And that should be done. Alright, so we shouldn't need, let me get rid of this now. I shouldn't need that anymore here. So I can go back to looking at the YouTube page. Okay, that's all set. Don't think we're going to need the load data sheet anymore. Don't think we're going to need, yeah, I'm going to need the Zibo Mod to do pushback. So you know what? Let me call for push right now. They can wait for us instead of us waiting for them. Let me do that right now. And then I can get rid of this flight bag down here on the bottom. Ground services. And we need to stay on power for now. Yeah, you know what? That's probably not a good idea. Let me do that after we get on APU power. I don't want to screw that up again. All right, that's all done. We're programmed up. Let's continue with the pedestal now. And let's get our radios done. Let me get you Navigraph charts. Let's go back to our departure. And we said we had what? Let me just put this in. That's already up, and that's in just in case we have to come back here.
Hello, JetBlue 8094, standby.
And that is good. You're good. That's set. That is. Give me.
JetBlue 8094, ready to copy to Kennedy.
Go ahead for JetBlue 8094.
JetBlue 8094, cleared to JFK by runway 25 departure, 904 Romeo, up.
Let's switch over right now. And let me get you in.
704321.
Alright, so that's all good. Terrain, position data, airport, and station. I'm on the master. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. That looks pretty good. Alright, now go back here. I didn't put that in, did I? Nope. 146. And trim is 450.
5000 departure on 121.2. 2192.
And we're looking at 220 on the way out, and we have everything is above on the way out, so we got no restrictions on the way out as far as altitude. We're going to head straight on up. Alright, that's all looking good. Nose wheel steering is normal. Let's check these displays. And our auto flight. And let's see, we take a look at our primary flight display. We've got 45 on the speed tape. V1 is 132. We've got 146. And we've got 0 ground speed. We've got 2991 on the pressure. We've got 220 on the heading. That's all looking pretty good. And 35. That's all looking pretty good. That is set. I'm on terrain here. Reset. Rejected. Let me have that data there, and you can be down there. That's all looking good. Let's check his side. Good. That's looking good. All right, we're up. Good, 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 good. And put that back. Check the bottles. And that clear. Very good. Let's run that test. While that's running, let's get APU up and running. That test is done. And let's check that. And they're good. Alright, that completes that.
Descend, crossing, descend, descend, descend now. Descend, descend now. Increase, climb, increase.
So today's flight is what, 435 miles, so
Maintain vertical speed. Maintain.
we're looking at about an hour and 40 minutes.
Maintain. Monitor vertical speed. TCAS test passed.
And let's run you. Let's get these doors buttoned up and we'll call for push.
Contact departure 121.2. 121.2.
Terrain. Terrain. Pull up.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flat.
1916.
Too low.
Bravo
Terrain.
30.
Flying slow.
Right on Bravo,
Bank
1.9.
angle.
Okay, that I don't need, but I'll keep that.
Minimum.
2,500.
Alright, we're good here.
1,500.
And auto open.
300.
Delta 1810, runway 3.
Alright, we can get rid of ground power.
090.
Give me a minute on the clock here.
430 10.
Right to 090 up to 5,000 feet, and rear exiting up at 1810.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Too low. Terrain.
Hotel Oscar, runway 03 left, open pickup. At the pickup, we will turn right heading 090, plan to 5,000.
So far so good from cold and dark from the Zibo Mod. Although I'm back to version 0.5 because 0.6 was giving me an issue with the landing gear. So 0.5 and that landing gear problem's gone until I can get that worked out. Pickatang is a gentleman that created these scripts, and I'm sure he'll have no problem figuring it out.
Delta 1810, line up on the 3 right.
Line up on 30 right, Delta 1810.
Tower, 118.
Alright, I'll put the
Alright, that's just about a minute.
18.6, so I'll get 283.
And we are good here. Let's get that disconnected. I should have had that off for a little while. Oops.
Tower, FedEx 560.
Those are the mistakes I talk about. Those little itty-bitty ones. Alright, so we're on ground power, we're on ground air. Our doors are good. The chocks have been disconnected. Let's call for push.
Ground cockpit. Tower is driving up.
Alright, now I don't need that anymore.
For the clearance of ATC. For the morning flight, Simon 2 Bravo. Okay, Simon 2 Bravo.
Okay. Now we're just about ready to get out of here. Then after this, I really need to take a look at my daytime lighting and start working on that. Gotta get some day rides in. Actually, if you want a really difficult aircraft to learn and to fly, try the Mad Dog.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Man, the MD-80, that's a beast of an aircraft.
Southern 1273, you ready for departure? Line up and wait, runway 7.
1273, line and wait, 07, southwest.
Still having a problem with my center screen giving me a black screen, and I have to get the keyboard and fix it. It hasn't happened yet, so fingers crossed it doesn't happen at all. It didn't happen during yesterday's flight, but when I was doing some testing it did happen, so I haven't gotten rid of that problem yet. Alright, we're getting picked up.
Connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Let's get that clock going.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
That looks good. And we're starting number 2.
Alaska 283 tower.
Vector Alaska 23.
Buenos días, ready, sir?
Yeah, ready. Tower for 3 wings 115. We did take a bird strike on the nose on rotation.
Tower UPS 384, heavy hold short 3 left.
Don't see any AI aircraft parked here.
United 10907, wing 200 degrees, 3 knots, runway 07. Number 6.
Let's take off runway 07.
Start number 1.
United 10907, now suspect departure 120.5, take care, bye.
Okay, so long, United 1097.
A little late there, buddy.
23 right, call you back in 1 moment. Thailand 1426.
Hold short 23 right, KLM 142
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
2 degrees, 6 knots, runway 7.
Correct info. Stand by.
JetBlue 1606 is ready. JetBlue 1606, wind 250 degrees, 8 knots, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Runway 25, cleared for 10 knots, JetBlue 1692.
Hope we have a nice, clean, easy run. Hey, Black Knight, how's it going?
Clear for takeoff, JetBlue 1696.
Correct. It's 250 degrees, 8 knots, clear for takeoff.
Thank you. Clear for takeoff.
Yeah, DC-9, yeah. I remember flying those old bad boys. But the MD-80 was just so rough to try and get.
We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
That was a challenging aircraft. I think the big challenge with this is the CDU. You figure out the CDU, which is the brains of the auto flight setup, and they'd be able to learn the muscle memory in no time at all.
Delta Pacific via Alpha.
Alright, after the caravan, Alpha, hold more for
Alrighty.
25, going to departure.
Yeah, auto. I still didn't fix my taxi light yet. It's going to be way too bright. Not that it's too bright, it's just too big.
Alright, after the caravan, Alpha,
Alright, let's have a look here. And we have exterior lights as needed. We are good. APU is needed. Soft master Scotia recall. We got a clean board. Flaps are set for takeoff. Transponder TA auto. Weather radars auto. Flight controls are free and clear. Alright, we are good to taxi on out of here. And see how bad my memory is. What do we have? 22 on the way out and 5 on the way in. So we're coming out, making a right.
505 line of our runway 23 right, full lane approved, backtrack approved.
Alright, Mexico, here we come.
And line of runway 23 right, full backtrack, American 505.
Submitted.
Now it's funny, I thought I had this yaw damper figured out by starting Air Manager after I start X-Plane, but it doesn't seem to work all the time. I have to take the gauge away from Air Manager and then bring it back up again every now and then. If not, it just sits full left. Not that the gauge is needed in the NG, but since I was picking up the standby gauges, you know, might as well complete the set.
Nonstop 519, departure 119 decimal 6 for today.
Nonstop 519, departure 119 decimal 6. Adios.
Sorry.
Now it's the Charlie Cook Tower, Buenos Dias, wind 0 degrees, 1 knots, connection to 908, continue to the VOR, climb to 7,000 feet, forecasting 5,500.
Pretty dark out there.
Confirm and fly to the runway in the ocean.
Direct runway in the ocean from the start.
Bravo, Charlie, contact departures 10.5.
Departure 10.5 on the start.
Right, Canada 1204, contact departures 120.5, nice flight.
Good day, 120.5.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any AI aircraft in the area flying around either. Interesting. I do have the latest Traffic Global in here that was just released.
So, the Charlie contact departures 120.5.
Departure 120.5
Interesting. Alright, let's bring up the SID. I said it was 1C or 1D. That was 1D.
No, just Charlie contact departures 120.5.
Over departure 120.5 on the start.
Delta 1972, tower, buenos días, ready to crest runway?
Ready, Delta 197.
Delta 1972, crest runway 25, Bahia Bravo, join Kilo Lima, hold short runway 25.
Crisscross runway 7 at Bravo, Kilo Lima, runway 25, Delta 197.
Hey, Frank. Americana 1670, cancel departure is 10.5, nice flight.
105, American 1670,
American 972, departure 120.5.
120.5, American 902, bye-bye.
The 972, 250 degrees, 8 knots, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff, American 902.
Blue 16906, flight to solid, radar service terminated. Contact control 124.1, hello.
And antenna notification is complete. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Engine start select is to continuous. Auto throttle is on. Transponder TA RA auto. And parking brake release 40%. And we're on our way.
American 902 heavy, radar service terminated. Contact control 124.1, let them know about your deviation and when you fly to select today.
Oh, the ATC that you're hitting, you're hearing there, Derek? That's coming from ex-ATC chatter. It's canned ATC, real ATC traffic. And the program's designed to give me traffic based on the frequency I've tuned in. So if I have ground tuned in, I'll hear ground traffic. I have tower, I'll hear tower traffic, clearance and whatnot. So that's why I like that program. It kind of takes the place of VATSIM. Sounds a little more professional than some of the individuals that are on there, and I don't have to be online. And being that I'm a little bit older and a little slower now, I don't want to ruin the enjoyment for someone else that's on VATSIM. Thrust is set, airspeed's active.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold, and we're stable through 80.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
400.
Traffic here to the coast side is 777. On the funnel, platform 3 right behind.
Not much to see out there.
Line up for runway 3 right behind that side.
1,000.
American 2192, airborne at 24, 5,000, departure on 121.2. 1.2, American.
Flaps 1. So we need to be above 3,000 here. Right now we're crossing 25 on the climb out. Flaps up. And we're 3,200, so we've got that constraint met.
American 2192, runway 03 left, clear to take up, turn right heading 090, come to 5,000 feet, wind 350 at 12 knots. RNAV departures have been suspended due to...
Getting trimmed out now.
Roger, American 2192, clear, takeoff 03 left, upward departure, turning right to heading 090. Climb descending altitude of 5,000.
146.
Heading 5,600, taxi, further left.
Code 56, Roger, taxi, Echo Hotel, holding Boeing runway 03 left. Boeing region holding Boeing 1 is the 118.1.
Echo Hotel, 1 03 left, and 1181.
And the Zibo Mod just handles beautifully. And I'm using their advanced setup, so I'm just using the linear settings on my hardware, allowing Zibo to do all of the controls as far as the yoke and the rudder pedals are concerned, and it is just fabulous. Absolutely great job on getting the numbers right, because it just feels beautiful. All right, you can have it, Zibo. So we're looking at 82 miles to top of climb, 425 into Mexico. Yeah, I can. Yeah, it's a shame though. All right, that's 10. And we're climbing up beautifully. Autopilot is engaged. Flight attendant notification is complete. Cabin pressurization monitor. Engine bleeds are on. Pack switches to set to auto. APU is off. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. And let's see. Start select is needed. Yeah, auto brake selector is off. Landing gear is up and off. We are good to 18. So we need to be below 200 max, and we're at 209. So she's starting to come down now here a little bit, but we should have been at 200. She's a little bit above what she should be, but we're above 8. Not crosswind. We're going to get some help when we make this turn now, and we're going to 86. And 13.1 on the fuel. Perfect. We're looking pretty good. So the next constraint, that 555, which is 12.5, we've got that beat already. We're at 15.5 right now. Oh, I can see some clouds out here. Wow. Ah, the moon's lighting them up. That's why. I don't usually see clouds in X-Plane 12. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but that looks pretty cool. That should be coming into view now. And I'll take weather, and you can have terrain. Nothing to see below us. A little bit of city lights down there, but not much at all. Right in front, just about. That's it. Oh, see there you go. There's that screen. They'll come back. That'll stay black. And then I have to get the keyboard to actually bring that screen back. Right? And my frame rates are cut in half. And then the only way to get it back, I have to go into X-Plane, uncheck VSync, and then check it again. And then I'm back to normal. Makes no sense to me. I can't figure out where it's coming from, why it does it. It does it once in a blue moon. Every flight, it seems. So all I have to do is press this key, get rid of that pops up there. My frame rates are cut in half. I go into here, uncheck VSync, check it again, Close. And I'm back to normal. And it's not reshade. For those of you that may be thinking it's reshade because I'm using that now, this does it without reshade. It doesn't matter. So can't figure that one out. I haven't drifted off. Let me set that for standard. And it should be basically standard. And up next is monitor, monitor, monitor. Yeah. Altimeter's to standard. And monitor, monitor, monitor. Oh, we're looking pretty good. Yeah, one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't drifted off and nodded in here. That's one thing I haven't done yet. I think if I tried to do a 6-hour flight in here, though, a 5-hour flight, that might happen.
United 1088 ILS 5 right. United 1088 5 right.
Going to continue straight out to Volat. We need to be above 20. We're at 21 and change now. So we're good all the way out. And it's not that bad. We're getting bounced a little bit, but it's not too bad. Let it run around. We'll just keep an eye on that. All right, at 555, we should have 11.6. No, I'm sorry, 11.4 on the fuel. And we've got 11.4. Climbing up beautifully. Yeah, you know what? We are getting beat up a little bit here. Back in your seats.
Tower, 501, 5 right.
Now, anybody that got up to the bathroom real quick when I put that off, going to be sorry. Yeah, loads of Red Bull. Yeah, if I did that, I'd probably go out and paint the house. My wife would like that. So what are we looking at here? That's 87 actually. So we've got 53 miles to top a climb and 382 to go into Mexico. And we should have 8.3 in the fuel when we get in. So we're looking pretty good right now. That should be just about in range. So let's see. Aeromexico, flight 333 in the real world, their ETE was 137. So we're going to see just how far off we are from that. Right now we left the gate 20 minutes ago and we left the runway 12 minutes ago. So, and in the real world they came into runway 5 right with S-Post 2A on the arrival. So we're going to hit the same route on the way in.
Delta 900, now 080 degrees 25, taxi 35, runway 07, clear to land. Runway 07, clear to land, Delta 900.
You know, I've never done it in the simulator yet, and I don't think I've ever fell asleep, but there have been times I've been driving in my car at night, and I'm at like exit 16, and the next thing I remember, I'm at like exit 26, and I have no clue what happened in between those two exits. That's happened to me before. I don't know if I was just on autopilot, just phased out, or just had like a brain fart. Just don't remember that particular time frame, but that's happened to me a couple of times, which is a bit scary. So we're coming up on Volat, and that puts us at the end of the departure at a Puerto Vallarta. And we've got 367 to go. So let's dump this chart. And let's zoom out a bit here. And let's get picked up.
Alright, we'll throw the 160 knots southwest 602. That's right.
Now, I don't think I was asleep when I was driving. I just don't remember that time frame. I mean, if I would have fell asleep, there's no way I would have been able to make the turns and stayed on the road. I mean, we're talking miles and miles and miles. So, really strange. But my wife does all the driving now. I'm a passenger. I sit in the right seat now. I'm the co-pilot when we're in the car. So fuel 11.8, 11.8, right on the money. And we are climbing up beautifully. And we've got 350 today, so we got another 5,000 feet to climb on up, and we'll be at cruise. Yeah, I was by myself in the car, so that's one thing. Because if I was with somebody, I would have just asked them, what the hell just happened, man? Was I with you? Was I talking? Very strange. And that's happened a couple of times driving on the highway. It doesn't seem to happen in the streets. Always seems to happen on the highway. Like you just get in autopilot mode. I guess I just must, zone everything out. Just tunnel vision, I guess. But I don't think I've ever fell asleep in a car. I don't think, even when I'm a passenger, I can't sleep in the car. Don't sleep in the plane either when I'm flying. Just can't do it.
50 radar contact west of 46 miles, altimeter 3010, maintain VFR. 50 contact approach 100.4 again.
All right, how about we try this again? Those winds seem to have mellowed out a bit. Let them run around. Oh, motorway in England? Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. We call driveways, where you park your car, a driveway, and we call, a parkway, which is our highways, and that's where you drive your car. It's weird. You would think that the parkway would be your driveway and the driveway would be the motorway, but people in America, they have to be difficult.
Crewing 23-2001, request enter primary and secondary.
It's been a pretty good ride from cold and dark. I don't think I found anything wrong, but I'm back to version 5, so my landing gear is working correctly. So that being the case, from cold and dark to where we are now, just about 33,000 out of 35. She's performed beautifully. And how about we switch over?
200 knots. 200 knots, Delta 573.
Yeah, we have parking garages out here where they put them. Although they have car parks out here too, usually where the train stations are. You know, everybody comes, they park their car at the station and then jump on a train into the city. Usually you'll see that in Long Island. Not so much in Brooklyn. Brooklyn and Queens, you know, the 5 boroughs, you can pretty much take a subway into the city. In Long Island, you got to get, was it Rapid Transit? I think it's still part of the MTA, but it's the Long Island Railroad. Never been on that train. Always took the car into Long Island. I've been on the subway, though, numerous times. That I don't miss. Not at all. All right, that pretty much is putting us up at cruise at 35,000 feet. And we've got 325 miles to Mexico. And that's 27 minutes from the gate, 20 minutes from the runway. And that gives us, what, about 40 miles out to Etoxo. And we're looking at 10.8 on the fuel. We're at 11.2 right now. We're looking pretty good. We should have 8.4 when we get in. And we're looking good. Now basically it's monitor, monitor, monitor.
Control Delta 37, Bar 1, Papa 35.
Delta 387.
I've been to subways too.
Delta 387.
Hey, we got a tailwind pushing us today, huh? All right. We usually fight a headwind when I'm flying for the most part, but looks like we're gonna get a little bit of a break today.
Runway 9416. Check to limit tail flash. As public, check contact runway 975.
So let's see, we're doing at what, 8:04? So we're looking at about another 46 minutes. That's about an hour and 20. All right. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. The underground, yeah. Yeah, I remember that from a lot of World War II movies. I think the worst subway ride I have ever been on was when I was just a kid. I mean, I was real young. And a friend of mine, John, had a girlfriend that lived, God, up near Starrett City. You might not know where that is, but I'm basically in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. We actually had to take the R train into the city to get the double L, take the double L all the way to the last stop, and then there was a free transfer to get onto a bus, and we took the bus basically to the last stop and the turnaround. Man, that was like a 4.5 hour ride. I did that ride once back and forth and will never do it again, and I haven't. That was insane. Subway museum that they have in Brooklyn is actually rather nice. If you're in the New York area and you have nothing to do and you just want to go check something out, the New York City Subway Museum is pretty cool. Some of the old trains that they have set up there. Under 300 miles to go. $10.6, we're at $10.9 on the fuel, so we're looking pretty good. I don't think fuel's going to be an issue yet. Oh, we got some city lights down there. Off to the right. Not bad. A little bit of a view, but not much.
360, Mach decimal 8 is 0. And we're estimating burn now, you'll give it a second.
Is that coming in pay where? Black Knight?
1037
For X-Plane 12? The 340?
Good morning, Spirit Wings, 150, 5.8, climbing 1010,000.
Needless to say, the favorite aircraft of mine is the 737NG. Although the 757, 767 is my really all-time favorite with the Boeing Brown, but the flights that they do are just too long. And back when I was building this flight deck 9 years ago, parts weren't all that easy to get. So, but this is a nice aircraft because it has a nice mix of the glass displays along with all the buttons that go along with it. So you get to play a little bit. And I could do hour and a half runs, and they exist in the real world. I don't have to make them up, which is pretty cool. I don't know how many runs they do hour and a half in a 747 or a 777 or a 767. I mean, I'm sure there's probably a few out there, but that's coming up into view. And let's see, at Emory we should have 10.5 on the fuel. We're at 10.7. And we're looking at 8.3 when we get in, so we're looking pretty good. It's been an uneventful ride from Colden Dock to where we are now at Cruise. And that's 35 minutes from the gate, 26 minutes from the runway. And this has been a great run. Nice smooth ride. Got a 35 knot tailwind pushing us along, helping us a little bit. Nice.
Number 828 Kilo Delta, climb maintain from 490. 3550 Mike, contact 7126.45. Good morning. Good morning, climb maintain 11,000, reaching 11,000, clear expanding.
See, this is the part where it gets a little boring when you're sitting at Cruise. That's why I'm amazed that some people actually sit in the deck, do it for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours at a clip. I mean, I get it when they run World Flight. That I get. But just sitting in here for fun for 6 hours at Cruise, I can't do it. Well, my body won't let me do it for starters, my back, my legs. I'm surprised I've been pretty good last flight. And I don't think I had to get out of the deck at all. And so far, I've been pretty good this run as well. Haven't need to stretch my legs. Although I could probably use a drink, but still pretty good. So at Emory, what'd I say, 10.5 on the fuel? We're at 10.5, so. And we're 3 miles out, so not bad. Now we got to bump that up. And we're looking at 107. Yep, we're good.
Good morning, up to 320, we're at 6.7, JetBlue 1604.
Oh yeah, as a passenger in the real world? Oh yeah, give me the 747 with the dual decks. Give me the old time. You know, where you had real silverware, you got real food for a meal. The ability to go upstairs, they had a piano lounge. Oh yeah, a bar. Yeah, I'll take that any day. Now we're just cattle. And now you see what they're doing with the seats now. They have one down here, one up here. That's insane. I wouldn't want anybody's butt in my face as I'm sitting in the lower chair. So. And I would think that, God forbid, an airliner goes down, having those seats up right in front of you, I can't see how that's not going to affect your body when it collapses on you. So, that I just don't get. And I don't think I'll fly those lower seats if they become a thing going forward with the lower and the upper. I don't think that I'll be a fan of those lower seats. If you can't pick your seats anymore, they give me the lower. Like, I'm getting off. I'll have to pick my seats or fly first class. I don't think they'll be doing that in first class. Hey, Shadow, what's up, pal? My first officer finally showed up. What's up, pal? Come here. Come over here. You going to show your face in the camera? I don't know if they can see you, pal. That buddy? Oh, you're looking out over at the camera. I don't know if you can see him, but he's looking up at the camera right now. Come here, pal. You have to do it from over here. You can't see from there. Like he knows what I'm talking about. That buddy. How you doing, pal? You know how many people in the real world would love to be sitting where you are right now, pal? Yeah, buddy. Now, don't get too close to that yoke, because if I have to pull back on it, I want to whack you in the head. Let me move you back 1 or 2 notches there, pal. There you go, buddy. I want to whack you with the yoke. His head is basically where my left knee is. I don't know if you can see him here, but he'd definitely get whacked if I move that yoke back towards me and bank the aircraft to the left. Yeah, if you're gonna pull me in these aircraft like cattle, at least let me ride in the jump seat. You know, I pay extra to ride in the jump seat, even if you have to go through screening. Put me through extra screening. I'll pay extra to jump up front. Damn terrorists ruined it for everybody. I remember when I was a kid, though, it was pretty easy to get up front. They actually, some of the pilots look forward to showing off their office to some of the passengers. So, it's a shame that's gone now. Damn world. That should be in range now. Just about. We're closing the gap. We got 2:30 to go to Mexico. 1:14 the top of descent. So we get the top of descent 7:43. It's 7:29 right now. So you do the math. We're looking at 44 minutes. 44 minutes. We're doing it. If you use my math, you're looking at 44 minutes. We're looking at 15 minutes. Must be using that common core math that they're teaching now. Or they get rid of that. Man, I looked at some of the books that they have some of this new math in. It's like you got to work out a thing like this to get an answer that you used to get like this. It's amazing. I'm like, are you kidding me? I tried to show one of the younger kids. I'm like, listen, this is how we do it. See this? Look at how much simple. You saved a whole bunch of ink and a whole lot of paper. That's not how we do it in school. Okay. Have fun. What's up, Shadow? Am I talking bothering you, pal? He's giving me that look. Yeah, buddy. How you doing, pal? Yeah, you gonna take the ride into Mexico? Now he can sleep in the flight deck. I can't. All right, Jet Screamer, man. I'm glad you stopped by. Always enjoy the company, man, and the conversation. And maybe I'll catch you again live. Who knows? Thanks for stopping by.
Center throwing 2321, 5,800, mapping 10,000 direct to 20.
All right, 100 miles top of descent now. I tell you, the climb out was a little rough, but since we got to cruise, it's been pretty smooth the whole way. And I'm hoping we have a nice view on the way into Mexico. You know what? Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get the weather to show up in Mexico. I wasn't able to get any weather in Porter, so.
330,
A request. That should be in range. And message. Oh yeah, we're getting the weather here. 160, a gust to 20. Ooh. 8-mile visibility. Scattered. We're looking at 30-10. No segments, okay. Oh, I got some gusty winds in Mexico.
Can 1303 left turn direct to Albany Street, descend the start to 1000.
Who knows, maybe it is pressurizing the cabin on the way up. All right, 200 miles now to Mexico. I don't know, maybe you can see his paw right here. Yeah, where's your tail? Here's your tail, buddy. Oh, you know what? I've got the, you don't need the CDU there. You get the CDU out of the way. I didn't even realize that was there the whole time. Sorry about that. Didn't even realize that was there. Now you might be able to see his paw. That buddy, he's like, why are you bothering me? Yeah, 10 gusts in a 20. That's what I got. Visibility 8. Yep, same thing I've got. Yeah, the altimeter is 30.1. Yep, same thing. Yeah, I didn't realize I had the CDU up there for you. Sorry about that. Blocked out the whole section here. But at least it looks like everything's working the way it's supposed to. Now the main thing is that the battery in here, which is on my laptop list, that's the main thing, because I can't have this plugged into battery power. It has to be plugged into the computer, because I'm using Duet to give me the same screen that you see here, so when I move it, you can see it move. So, and I hope I don't get signed out again. Yesterday, Navigraph signed us out for some reason. I got bumped, and I had no charts on the way in. So hopefully that won't happen on the way out. Oh, let's bring that up. And let's see, when do we come up on that arrival chart here? Let's bring up Mexico. And I said we had Zibo. And that's when we get in. So we've got, oh, we got a ways to go before we get on that chart. All right. Everything's looking good, man. Fuel flow, oil pressure, temperature, vibrations, everything is looking beautiful. It's been a great ride. Hour and a half? Yeah, we'll take a look at that. I don't think I've been to Sydney in a while. Yeah, we go take a look at that run. And you know what? Let me write that down because I forget stuff. And see, I forgot already. I know Auckland was one. What?
Reduce to 200 knots, contact final approach 119.75.
And Sydney. I don't write it down, I'll forget. And the funny thing is the chat doesn't show up right away on YouTube, so I have to wait for it to show up in order to find out what was said if I don't write it down.
Contact final approach 119.75. 119.75 American 223, thank you.
Alright, so we have to be below 29 above 26. So we'll set you for 26. And what are we looking at? We're under 50 miles now, and we'll give another minute or two before we put the seatbelt sign on.
Okay, 230 knots indicated, down to 14,000, descend via the Enigma 2, Bravo United, 1566.
Yeah. Yeah, I think out of all the aircraft, as far as being a passenger, the 747 was just like, man, that was a beast. It was like you're riding in a hotel.
220 American 257.
I haven't been on the A380 though. I haven't looked at that, but that just looks like it's all just seating and cramming everybody in again. Unless, of course, you're flying, you know, first class. That should be coming into range now. So at Rybix, we should have 8.9 on the fuel. We're at 9.3 right now. And we're going to have 8 when we get in, so the fuel's still not an issue. And how about we take a look at these charts? All this was done already, but we will have another look anyway for those that may just be joining us. And we'll pick up, oh, you know what, let me give you the CDU again. Alright, so at S-Boss we should be between 29 and 26. 770. We need to be below 210. 772. Speed needs to be below 230, or a max of 230 or below, and 18. That looks good. 774, and then 776 at 18. Your knock, we're going to be 210 at 14. 741 is 12.5 at 210. Volin is 190 or below at 11. And from there we're heading on in to 5 right.
Zulu 23 left approach for clear, United 1566.
For 3, are you able to reduce the speed to 10 knots?
And that's going to be 157 and 95. Where's my old man glasses here? Alright, Boeing, we're coming to 901. I've got, wait a minute. That's what I want. chart. Alright, 900. 89, then we're on our way down. We are looking at decision height of 274. And what do we have here? Missed climb. 559, right. Okay. And
Cancel 417, right turn, Flightdeck Cessna. Right turn, right direct Cessna.
that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Give me... Let's put you there, and we are looking at...
The 14 speed, they're on 1 Bravo arrival, Air Canada 992. Reduce speed to 200. Reduce to 200, I'm going down, Canada 993. Corrector, contact...
It would be nice if that had a push button and I could just push it. That was 72. Yes. Yes. Alright, that's in.
91.47, radar station designated from the tower on 118 decimal 55. Thanks. Almost 55, yeah. 1 last question. Check 183 report, way to contact 10 start 180,000.
Alright, so that's good, that's good. That's good. That is set. And they are in their seats. They are not. Put them in their seats. And I will take terrain. You can have weather. As we'll get you set as well. And that's 54 minutes from the gate, 46 minutes from the runway, and we're on our way down. We've got 114 miles into Mexico now.
American 184. American 184, we are reaching runway 23 left, maintain 14,000, and the radar vectors to intercept localizer. I will expect radar vectors to intercept localizer for 23 left, maintain.
Nice. Yeah, that's one I've never been on. Alright, that we don't need. Let's move over to you. And here we are. We're just coming up on that now.
American 1834, intercept the localizer, and clear islet Zulu, runway 23 left approach.
Nothing to see out there just yet. But the weather doesn't look like there's anything out there that we have to worry about. So hopefully we're going to have a nice view on the way in. So we need to be below 29 and above 26 here. We're at 31.6 descending. Or 31.6 descending. All in all, this has been a beautiful ride. Oh, we got some city lights popping up now. Playing a little peekaboo in the clouds there a bit. Hopefully it'll open up nicely.
Heading 320. Turn heading 30, Delta 5. Left turn 320, Delta 5. Red Delta 585, expect to be joining in Cessna. Delta 5.
Great ride.
Delta 585, flight direct Cessna. Descend via start to 10,000.
Descend via start at 10,000. 585.
And we're crossing 29,000 right now, so we've got that constraint beat.
Delta 585, contact approach 1.
And then below 21.
1975, Delta 585.
$62. And the fuel 8.8. We're at 8.9 right now, so we're up a little bit on the fuel. We should have 8.2 when we get into Mexico.
Unrestricted climb to flight level 320, United 1097.
Let's see if they're in range.
Put flight level 320 on Bedford.
Oh, the MD-11 and the L-1011.
Aeromexico 845 heavy. Inbound ILS.
Oh yeah, the city looks great down there. I don't think the camera's catching that, but oh yeah, looks good. And with that, we're 87 miles out. Next up, we need to be below 21,000 at 770. We're at 25.9, descending. Looking good. And take a look at something here.
Number 2 behind the plane, about 3 mile final. Roger that, 23, 24, clear line. 3, descend 10,000 feet, and you're clear ILS Zulu, runway 23 left.
10,000, clear for the ILS Zulu number 2000.
So, okay.
Tower American 2233 with you on the ILS Zulu runway 23.
I have 2233 runway 23 left, point 8, 3034, continue.
Hello, Nepal 180 heavy, 9 on the heavy.
12.5.
On the approach, Nepal 180.
And that's an hour from the gate. 76 miles to go. And let's see. That run was done in the real world in 1:37. So we got 37 minutes to get in. We actually made pretty good time. We're doing 15 minutes. Time we get in, 20. Yeah, we're going to be a little early.
585, runway 23 left, altimeter 3026, continue approach.
So we're at 21.5 now. We need to be below 21. So we're going to make that constraint.
585, 62 left, Alpha 5, center ground control, 121.
And then we're holding 18 for a bit.
Ground 121 is up to runway 23 left.
American 2233, runway 23 left, altimeter 3026, continue approach.
26, continue approach, American 23.
Oh yeah, city's starting to pop up all over the place now. Beautiful.
417, contact approach 121.2.
212, adios.
We're going to be coming up on 18 here. Let's see, what do we have? Sorry, pal, I wake you? The look on his face. How dare you put the light on? Alright, bleed air panel. Packs are set to auto. Pressurization panel landing altitude is in. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. And local recall. That's interesting. That's out. I'm gonna have to check that. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to look at that. That was working on the way out. I wondered that went out when that went out. Interesting. Okay, and we need VREF. All right, we need our minimums. And then we're good. We'll be coming in at a buck 44. 910, 910, 55, 55. We are looking pretty good. And then we're looking at 11. 22. I don't know if you can see that. That looks pretty cool. Hope the camera's catching that. Nice. Very nice. And now we're slowing down. Beautiful. Although we should have been at 230 already, but a little behind.
Tower American 1834, we're on the ILS 33 left. Can you approach American 183? Land runway 23 left, American 1834.
What a great run. Alright, we are 50 miles out now. And she's coming down beautifully. So we're going to hold 18 for a bit here. And then we're going to descend on down to 14.
Flight level 200. Flight level 200, American 2230.
97.
2233, descend to flight level 200, reduce to 230.
Nice. The orange glow from up here looks pretty cool. It's a nice mix.
Is the runway dry right now or western? Runway dry.
All right, once we pass 776, then we're going to head on down to 14.
American 2233, turn right, heading 150, descend to 18,000.
And our fuel should be 87. We're at 87. We're right on the money. Right on the money. 354. Oh, that looks cool. Let me get my head out of the way. I know I'm a little biased because they're my night lighting edits, but I get to see them in 4K. You get to see them in 1080p. Can't do nothing about that, though. I don't have a good camera. You here for shadow? There's 9 looking for dinner? Yeah. We also feed the outside cats. There's 9 outside waiting. He's saying no. You heard that, right? Come on, buddy. You got to eat. Then I got to give you your shot. Oh, we're good there. Here you go, pal. It's time for your shot. The cat has diabetes. I got to give him his shot twice a day, so he's got to eat. My wife makes sure that he eats what he's supposed to, gets a decent amount. Then I go out and give him his shot a little bit later. I should be done by the time he's ready for his shot, though. Oh man, what a view! Wow, what a view out the front. I hope the camera's getting that. Man, look at that. That is beautiful. Man, that looks good.
Thank you for your Charlie, straight into Aeromexico location.
Alpha Charlie Tower, wind 0 to 30 feet, 15 knots, finish 998, report mid approach.
Looks like there might be a little bit too much color on the two outsides. I may have to adjust those a bit. Or bring up the color in the center a little bit, maybe. That's what it looks like. Try to get them as even as I possibly can. But it's difficult because with X-plane, depending on what direction you're facing, it kind of changes every now and then. So, but I can see the difference today. But the lighting looks great. Would be nice if all the data was in all the way out to the horizon. But I guess you can't have everything. Alright, 14 and 12, 5, and then 11. Alright. And then we're looking at 89. Oh, thanks, Jackson. I appreciate that. Oh, we should have a great view, man, once we get on short final coming into Mexico. This looks beautiful. You get set up here. Let's continue on down.
13801 heavy over 556, you're moving at the air. And drive ground on Lima, 1 to connect.
Bronco 19 on Lima, Lake City, Vietnam.
And I believe, oh no, there's not a link down there. Once the video is done, I'll put a link down there for my night lighting edits if you want to give them a try. Look at that. That looks great. I really should be paying attention here, but autopilot still has it, so we're doing pretty good. It's 210, 14, so we're doing pretty good right here. Nicely done. 313.
Runway 3 left, clear to land, the wind 360, 3 knots, finish 1009.
3 left, clear to land, Falcon 96 Lima Alpha.
Man, what a beautiful run.
Good afternoon, continuing our approach on the clear right.
You know what, we're going to slow down and enjoy this ride. ME flaps 1.
Station 900, now continue, Lima Golf Echo, good, time is 7:05. Leading on Echo, 7:05, by 900.
And that is in. And we're going 289.
That's correct, you were clear to land to right, Saturday 85.
Give me 5. Let's start slowing down here. Oh, that looks pretty cool.
Saturday 591, runway 3 right, clear to land, please come finish 1011. Delta KRDS from this.
Yeah, 3 right to land, 1011,
United 392, runway 3 right, clear to land.
We're flying on the direct, another 392.
B10.
Tower, another 392, or another 3 right.
United 392, continue approach, runway 3 right, wind 06005, finish 1011.
Finish 1011, I left 3 right.
I knew the view coming into Mexico was going to be nice. I'm just glad the weather cooperated. Man, that looks beautiful. I just got to get the coloring down now. I think it's off a bit. What a great run.
And United 191.
We're going 350.
We'll initiate a right turn out of heading 070, climbing to 5,000 feet.
070, 5,000 feet, 1916. Tower, good afternoon, United 191.
Beautiful.
12 miles out on 3 left.
United 1916, taking the right to consider the visual approach runway 03 left, wind 010 at
Let's light them up.
1010 to 9 right 3, continue number 2.
Saturday, QH 1013 for United 191.
10102983.
Okay, hectopascals 1010, thank you.
American 1407, I'll get back to 12.
Again, 1407, good afternoon, sir. Continue. Runway by Quebec. Approved. Position 130.
Alright, get back to 130, position 1407.
Beautiful ride.
United 1916, clear in the
Let's bring up.
1916. Bravo is at 30. Right on Bravo, 121.9.
Bravo 121.
25,000 to go.
We're looking at 55, and I said we are holding at, well, we holding at 12. We're holding at 12.
Tower, this side, 900, island runway, right.
Position 100, continue, free ride, 1 constant into south, 1011, now east side, so come on, free ride.
12.
Right, 1011,
My bird. Any gear? Oh, I've got no gear. I've got no gear. I think we're coming in on our belly. Yeah, no kidding, Johnny. We're coming in on our belly. I've got no gear. I don't think we're going to be taxiing to the gate. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to have to take a look at that. That was working. I just did a flight yesterday. All right, let's get this aircraft in check here. And that should be 144.
1088 ILS, right.
We're coming in on our belly.
3235, continue approach,
Approaching 5 right.
Cool view, though.
500.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it.
400.
Flight slow.
Working on it, Louis.
Flight slow. Flight slow.
300. Minimum.
Should have had him foam up the runway.
Roger that, 1088.
Those winds pushing, boy. Ooh.
100.
All right, come on.
40.
Nice and easy.
10.
Easy, easy, easy. Don't go over, don't go over, don't go over. Don't go over.
On taxiway.
Don't go over. Don't go over. Don't go over. Come on, baby. Stay with me. Come on. Come on, don't go over. Woo-wee! How's that for a landing with no landing gear? Man, that was something. I have never had that happen before, had it fail like that. I have been having an issue with version 6 of the Zibo Mod landing gear, where it wasn't working right. I would bring the gear from down to up, and the gear would come up. And when I brought it to off, it would bring the gear back down again. So I went back to version 5, which was working yesterday, and the gear wouldn't come down today. So, but I do have random failures, so that could have been one of them. I don't know, we'll have to take a look and see. Well, I hope you enjoyed that run up until we couldn't get the gear down. And I'm going to go take a look at this. I also want to take a look at my daytime lighting effects because I want to get that worked on so I can get some day flights in. I've been doing a whole bunch of night flights because I've been working on night lighting. So I want to go ahead and take a look at that and see if I can get the daytime up and running. This way I can get some day flights in. So you have more of a view than just darkness once we leave the runways. All right, everybody. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that little ride. The landing wasn't all that great, but it's going to be interesting to go see if something failed in the next plane. All right, everybody. I'm not going to bother shutting anything down here just now. I'm just going to shut it all down, reboot it, and I'm going to go back and take a look at the landing gear and then go from there. All right, for everybody that was here, I always enjoy the company and the conversation. Black Knight, Jackson, you're always here. You even beat me here half the time. Before I'm on the channel, you're already here, so I don't know how you do it, but you do it. Flying Scotsman was here, Jet Screamer was here. Who else was here? There's a whole bunch of people that I probably missed. Jet something or other was here as well, and Derek was here. Just a whole bunch of people. Just hard for me to see this screen, especially the tiny text on the side. All right, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the run into Mexico and the crash landing with no gear, and I'll catch you on my next run, everybody. Take care.
Half miles to the left of the trajectory, about 3 miles ahead, 3,000.
I think I do this from in here now, so let's see, bring that up, and